Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel Motivation Mastery. We all know that mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or Facebook can leave us feeling drained and waste hours of our week and, ultimately, immeasurable amounts of time in our lives. One study showed that 58% of Americans say social media negatively affects their mental health. The most common negative mental health impact of social media use is anxiety, followed by depression, dissatisfaction with life, fear of missing out, and body image issues. Stars like Selena Gomez, Camila Cabello, and Ed Sheeran have all taken social media breaks over the years to protect their mental health and wellness. Most recently, Tom Holland announced on Instagram that he was taking a break from social media for his mental health. Social media is a wonderful tool for connection and opening our hearts and minds. It's also a great outlet for creativity, gathering information, learning, and doing business. However, if we don't manage it well, it can also be highly detrimental to our mental health and well-being. So how do you get all the benefits without all the harm? Here are 3 common problems with social media, alongside strategies to protect your mental health and well-being. Number 1. You're comparing yourself to others. This seems to be the most common, yet unconscious, problem with social media. You scroll through, often feeling envious of what others are doing and what you're not doing. We've all been there. You see a friend set up her kid's first day of school complete with the chalkboard, a perfect breakfast, and all their cute school supplies on the kitchen table. Meanwhile, you're struggling to get your kids out the door. Or you see a friend finish that 5K you've wanted to run for ages, and while you're proud of him, you're also feeling bad that you haven't even started training. Maybe you see stories from a colleague on vacation and feel resentment that you haven't had one in years. Here is the solution for that. First, remember this. You are comparing your entire life to their highlight reel. You've likely heard this before, but it bears repeating. Keep in mind that what you see isn't the whole picture. I remember when I was out on the river for the day with a friend and our families, and her kids were having a major meltdown. Everyone was frustrated, and it was a mess. What pops up a few hours later on her Instagram feed? A gorgeous photo of her and her family having the best time. Big smiles, a gorgeous day, and lots of fun. Social media is full of picturesque moments that don't always represent the full reality. I'm not saying we can't be happy for our friends and their amazing experiences. We just need to remember that we're seeing 1 nanosecond of a bigger picture. Zoom that out across our lives. We all have ups and downs, good moments and bad, and the problem with social media is that it often only captures a small, carefully curated snapshot. Thomas Edison once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." In order to stop comparing yourself and ultimately feeling bad, envious, judgmental, righteous or critical, you must get very clear on what is important to you. The only way to stand strong in yourself and not get rattled by those around you is to stand strong in your values, your ideals, your dreams. If you don't already know your values, I highly recommend you spend some time self-reflecting on what's most important to you and what you want for your life. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson is another great place to start. Because what matters most is that you are on track with your life, your goals, your plans and what is most important to you. When you are grounded in that, the things that everyone else is doing won't bother you so much. So here are 3 simple actions you can take right now. Firstly, get clear on what is important to you. Secondly, notice what you are envious of and think to yourself why you have this feeling. And last, use this envious feeling to identify what may be missing in your life. Problem number 2. You're wasting your time. You pick up your phone to check a text, and, next thing you know, you've been sucked down the social media rabbit hole. You're now mindlessly scrolling through social media. And time goes by. How much time? According to one survey, the average amount of time spent on social media worldwide is set to hit 2 hours and 27 minutes a day this year. This is the highest number ever recorded. In addition, the average American checks their phone 96 times per day, or once every 10 to 12 minutes. We touch our phones up to 2,617 times per day and unlock our phones 150 times on average. For heavy users, that number can reach over 5,000. Here is the solution for that. Let's be clear, it's normal, even beneficial to surf the web or use social media. But be selective and strategic about how to use your time. Set a time limit daily so that you can track everything. While you may not be able to limit yours or your kids' social media to 30 minutes a day, you may be able to reduce it just through awareness. The same study showed that just being more mindful of your social media use can have beneficial results on your mood and focus. I encourage you right now to check out your average daily use. What could you accomplish in the 2, 3, or 4 hours you are spending a day on your phone? Consider how often you are saying, "I don't have time for that," when in fact you could pursue those goals instead of choosing social media. What about your much-needed rest? How much time do you spend mindlessly scrolling while in bed when you should be sleeping? In fact, the blue light keeps us up, and the stimulation makes your brain stay awake when it should be getting rest and recovering. Problem number 3, you feel isolated and alone. Funny how you can spend so much time connected and yet feel so disconnected simultaneously. Why? It's not usually a real connection. Studies show that people today feel more isolated and alone. We feel left out, disconnected, and have FOMO. During COVID, using our phones for connection was critical, but even then, studies show that it had a negative impact. So here is the solution for that. Allow yourself to make and foster real connections. We talked about reclaiming to set up a friend date once a week. Attend a local networking event, industry luncheon, or continuing ed class. Next time you reach for your phone to start scrolling, instead, send a text to a friend you haven't talked to in a while or call a loved one. You'll soon see positive results. Stop feeling isolated, text or call a friend, and even set up a friend date once a week. Also attend local networking events or take some courses. Winding up to this, the key is not to stop using social media altogether. The key is to take control of how you use it. Think critically about how you can use the power of social media to expand and improve your life. Identify the problems you are facing from misuse and overuse and implement strategies such as these to reduce their negative impact and help you reclaim your mental health, well-being, and joy. If you liked this video, please do subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching. Always stay happy and positive. See you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself.